You're box squatting. 600.
Yeah, 675. But some of the stuff you're doing, I'm like, man, like this seems pretty crazy.
That's what I was talking about. The crunch. I never, haven't God bless, I haven't got hurt yet because I feel like I do yoga. I do a lot of stuff.
That couch is fake. That couch is fake.
It's actually the same. It might be the same weight as the one. The same. It's like an IKEA couch. I'm like, you guys in school right now.
I love this pendulum squat though. It's so good.
It's the machine you're going to be selling.
It's on the pegboard.
It's going to be selling this machine on his website in November.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people were like in the comments like, "Oh, why his membership is not invoked?" Like, you know, like, and then people that know me like, "Oh, this is Jim," and
he's the boss.
You're not trying this at Planet Fitness.
Yeah. Actually, I tried the one video at Alpha Land, and they sent me like a whole paragraph.
Oh, wow.
Refusal to do so will be forced to provide your info to the property manager, which we don't want to have to do. We have 3 gyms worth of weights for all your lifting needs.
Like, stop lifting the bleachers, dog. We got weights.
Nah, but I was the only.
That's funny. We have 3 gyms of weights. What the fuck are you doing?
What about the gymnastics rings? Have you ever messed around with those?
Yeah, I love them bad boys. People was like, how you do that your first try? I just got up there. I just kind of see. I'm a visual learner, so like if I see somebody do something, or like say if I never did pistol squat and I see you do pistol squat, I'm like, I might could do that, and I end up doing it because I seen how your body moved.
Right.
Did you say you had a disability as a kid?
Yeah, so I had a learning disability. It's better now. Like it was a grammar. So
yeah.
Short story. It was just, when I was living in the house, it had lead paint. This is before they had the act before no lead paint and no lead in paint. So I was getting affected by it when I was like 4th grade, and then they like kind of took me out the class, and I really didn't know what was going on. So I was like, at one point in time, I was ineligible to get qualified for NCAA. So I was sending out 200 emails a day to I was like, Mom, I'm not going D2 or D3. The lowest I'm going is FCS. So I was just send out rapid. I would work out. At one point in time, I was working out, just sending film, working out, sending film, and then one day, Coach Hamline reached out back to me. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was like, oh, we offer you a full ride because a guy got suspended. It was like, how can I be a businessman? Like, you know, I want to, I don't know, just like learn more about like being successful, doing something different than, I don't know, anybody
A great
else.
guy to talk to would have been Christian Guzman, but I think you f***ed it up.
And he might ask me about the video. I'm like, I was like, yeah, man, that's in the past.
Power Project family, how's it going? Now, on this podcast, we talk a lot about getting great sleep. We've done countless podcasts on it. We almost talk about sleep every single podcast because of how important it is for your recovery, for your fat loss, for your muscle gain, all of that good stuff. That's why we've partnered with 8 Sleep mattresses. Now, 8 Sleep mattress has something called the Pod Pro cover, which you can place upon your own mattress or one of 8 Sleep mattresses. And the cool thing about the Pod Pro cover is that it has dynamic cooling and heating through the night. Now, your body's circadian rhythm and your body's temperature changes through the night, and the mattress cover or the Pod Pro cover changes in accordance to that so that you get the best sleep of your life. Some people like myself sweat when we sleep. I sometimes have woken up in puddles and I thought I pissed myself. But because of the Pod Pro cover, it regulates my temperature through the night, so I wake up feeling refreshed and dry. And that's also great for my partner. Anyway, Andrew, how can people get a hold of the Pod Pro cover?
Yes, you guys got to head over to 8sleep.com/powerproject. That's EIGHT sleep/powerproject. And you guys will automatically receive $150 off the Pod Pro cover or the Pod Pro cover and mattress combo. Again, that's at 8sleep.com/powerproject. No code needed. You guys will see a banner across the top saying that you're going to receive $150 off your order. Again, so no code for that. Just head over to that link ASAP. Links to them down in the description as well as the podcast show notes.
Oh, you want to mess around with this ball thing? You got to pop your shoes off if you want to try it out.
Does he have a mat over there too?
Yeah, I do have 2 mats. It must be somebody short over here.
Just put this guy under your foot and you can
open it up.
And I love the lacrosse ball. Like before I lift, I just do the lacrosse ball. And
yeah, it feels good that we were doing it the whole time we're here. We're like fidgeting back here, like trying to get better at shit while we're like podcasting, you know?
So this shit breaks in half Right, it's the one you have.
Yeah,
right?
it's the same thing.
So you're going to be able to like just stick one under one foot and one under the other foot, and there's this little black ball inside that gets even deeper into your foot if you stand on it.
Really?
It's that right there. I don't know if you opened it yet.
We should open it for him. I think
They're hard coconuts to crack.
Yeah. It has like a line, and you gotta kind of.
You gotta like step on that shit.
Yeah, you can
Just step on that bitch, unless you can crack it. Yeah.
Crack it like this.
I'm honest, if he does that, that shit is super
That shit's
impressive.
tough. If you do it by hand,
He's already in an arm pump.
All right, here we go.
Come on, bro.
I'm a gym bro. I'm trying to get right.
It's hard. So it has this little line right here, and you got to step on it.
Oh, so you the method?
Yeah, you got like.
you won't break it. Yeah.
Yeah, now I crack it.
That shit's hard. That's a good like Naboso challenge. Can you do that shit by your hands?
You're on the hard surface.
Oh, so it's like the kicks and everything.
Yeah.
Like just stand on find a sore part of your foot and put all your weight on it.
Right, the arch.
Feel that? Yeah.
I feel like everything in my back just loosened up.
I'll steal this one from you.
You don't need all that.
Even though I just gave it to you.
Thank you. Took it back. No, he's got half of one over there. And
Yeah, that's love.
We going?
Yeah, we're
rolling.
rolling.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Dude, I was on a run yesterday with our buddy Graham, who you met, the barefoot sprinter. You guys did some content
Oh
together.
yeah, that's my guy. He's awesome.
in the gym today. And before our run, I was like, Graham, you want some gum? He's like, man, if I try to chew gum and run, it's like not going to be pretty. But man, you're doing all kinds of crazy stuff in the gym that probably takes a lot of coordination, takes a lot of strength. And I think what's cool is like I've seen other stuff from you where you're sprinting. I've seen other stuff from you where you're doing like an actual gym lift, like where you're doing like a squat or some other movements. And it's like, this guy's doing these cool tricks on Instagram, which is cool, and it gets a lot of attention, and it's fucking amazing. But you're actually strong. You're actually fucking really athletic.
Thank you.
So how did some of this shit get started, man? You're doing some dangerous shit in the gym.
So it all got started from when I was a kid. I used to like jump off I used to do crazy stuff. We used to like jump from building to building. So like I guess everything on my ligaments is kind of built up throughout the years.
Damn.
And just like, just
Fucking sounds like Spider-Man, dude.
it was. Sometimes I think I'm like Spider-Man or some type of superhero when I do something.
Yeah.
It's like you about to lift like 500, 600 pounds deadlifting. You gotta tap into that other side of you. So I think that's how I tap in to like my inner self, and I could do it. Cause sometimes it'd be fear. It'd be like, nah, my body's like, no. But I was like, I could do it. So I just tried. But yeah, I think it's years of preparation. There's different like regular exercises. They're trying a lot of resistant bands. There's a lot of like different type of functional training to build me up to do these crazy stunts, they say.
There's a lot of crazy shit going on out there, especially like on Instagram. You see a lot of people doing different things. You're having people send you stuff, but I guess it would be hard sometimes to like what's real, like if somebody really have, 225 in their back and they're doing a front flip with it, or is it like that's some fake shit?
Yeah.
So it's probably hard for you to like try to go through it all, and then like what's worth it for you to even try? Is it
exactly.
Even a good idea if you try to mimic somebody else or whatever, right?
Yeah, I try to like if somebody like send me a post, I like look at it and I'm like I recreate it or like one up it some sort of like what can I do to one up it? Or like buddy's like, oh, let's try that. Like put a couch on my head while I'm doing like a full crunch up. It's like different crazy stunts.
Another really cool thing though is like, okay, there's a lot of skill that goes into all the different things you're doing, and you move really well. But like Mark said, I think I saw a video. It's not even that far down. You're box squatting 600.
Yeah, 675.
What? Andrew, is it
675 pounds and you weigh 210 pounds?
Yeah,
or something?
210, 212.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight especially for your body weight.
Yeah,
you've always been pretty strong.
close.
You played pro football and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, so like when I played college ball, it was like I was the running back that lift with I was the running back that lift with all the linemen.
Oh shit!
So like the linemen is like they have like 150 pounds on me, 100 pounds on me, and I would just lift with them. Like and sometimes like power clean, I was like I would like do the most I ever did was like 4 or 5 power clean.
Damn!
A lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot for a power clean.
Yeah.
That is a lot for power.
You'd probably lift with the linemen, but then run with the receivers. Right?
Yeah, roll the receivers.
Oh my
like you go
God.
from lifting 1,000 pounds in one lift to like you gotta run consistently like a 60-yard sprint with receivers that's like probably like 40 pounds less than me.
Yeah.
And you're from like upstate New York, right?
yeah, upstate. All
Yeah, there you go.
Did lifting ever, like, because you lift some wild weight, and it seems like when you were in football, you also did too. But did it ever take away from your football skill? The reason why I ask you that is because we have some coaches that have come on, and a lot of people talk about, like, if an athlete goes too far down the lifting route, it might take away from their athleticism.
Yeah.
So you've done the lifting and you still move super athletically. What do you think it's done for you positively and maybe negatively?
I'll say like negatively. I think like I started to learn like a lot of athletes I trained personally was the body fat percentage, because the lower you have the body fat percentage, you're prone to get injured.
Oh, yeah.
So like I think that was a factor I didn't really know, and I kind of I feel like I was on momentum. Like I was super addicted to working out, but sometimes I knew my limit. Like I would do like extra lifts besides the team lifts. So I really dialed back on like in my career. Like, okay, like you see people online with crazy physiques, but I didn't understand I was an athlete. Like I couldn't have a low body percentage and perform consistently at a high level on the field with other athletes. But other than that, I think the work ethic, being consistent, like mentally wise, and like showing up when people didn't want to show up, or being in the condition where you didn't want to perform, like rain and sleet, snow. It kind of just instilled me like you got to keep showing up. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, the 49ers strength coach that I know, he said that's even still a problem for him. The guys, they want to be like real lean. And he's like, man, you need to hold on to this weight. It's a long season. I need you like, coming into camp, they need to be a little heavier because the beating of the season is going to pull some weight off them.
Right,
He's like, they don't want to like have that. They don't want their stomach covered up. They want their abs. But he's like, the guy across the line from you does not care if you got a six pack or not.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I had like one coach. I feel like he was a good thing and a bad thing. Like I guess mentally he was a good thing because he like never like babied me. Like he always made it really tough for me to like to like, I don't know, really made a lot of loopholes for me to be consistent. So say like I'll rush for 250 yards with 4 touchdowns. He would come in the room like, oh, it doesn't matter, running back's position open. Because sometimes it's like, oh, if the running back performed well, he would start the next game. But he'd never, like, if it was another running back, his running back he recruited, okay, you start next game. But he'll always make it difficult for me. And I feel like mentally, like I was super like, once I figured that out, it was super dialed into
You're
nothing.
like, how's the position still open? I just scored 4 touchdowns.
yeah. It was like that. And it's like that kind of like just instilled in me to like, doesn't matter how successful you get or what happens on in life, you still just be you at the end of the day and come show for the job, because it could be given to anybody any given day.
How old were you when you started lifting?
I started lifting at 18.
What? 18?
Yeah.
What are you now?
I'm 28.
28. Okay.
So like 10 years.
Yeah. But okay. Well,
So like 10, like football wise, I was lifting 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24 football years. So that was about 6 years. And then the rest was just no football, just straight lifting and doing CrossFit, trying different things out so I could be very diverse and separate myself from everybody else.
Yeah. Where do you think, like, because I'm wondering what you looked like at 18, but when
I think I have a transformation on my Instagram or something.
You do?
Like that. I do.
Oh, I'll go digging in the crates.
You can find it. It's actually recent. I gotta put it up
okay.
so people can.
Do you think right now that you would be a better athlete than you were?
Right now, yeah, I think I'll be a great special teams guy. Like I was always a good special team guy. I would play running back, say I rushed 80-yard touchdown. I had if coach was like, you good or not? Tap my head, you had to come out, tap or not. So I just go right back to kick off and I'll be ready to go down the field. And I had many plays where like I was in predicaments. I could have been like, oh, tap me out, coach, and put somebody else in, but I was so mentally trained from like conditioning myself so much where I'm like, I have a little breath to make something happen. It was like one play, like I think I posted 2 on Instagram. It was like they threw me like a screenplay, I took it to the crib. Like I just made it happen. I was so in my mind that play I was so fatigued, tired, but I just had a little bit left to make something happen. It was just like it just clicked in my head.
Do you think most of your like physical growth, did it come after you stopped playing football? Because I know people who like in their sport. Oh shit!
Yeah,
is that 18?
Transformation.
Yeah. In their sport,
and it's like a little quote.
Like I know a lot of athletes that after they stopped playing their sport, after they stopped running around a lot, and they kept lifting, it's just like they blew up. Did that happen with you, or was it just a slow, steady gain?
So it was like when blow up as in like size. Yeah. So like it was like I was always like it was like my weight was distributed differently. So now I'm like very like kind of proportional. Like I got legs and I have like nice solid upper body, but when I played football, I was more like legs, not so much upper body. But I had enough upper body to give stiff arms and make make tackles.
Okay.
But yeah, I think physique wise, it's just like, oh wow, your body's different because you're just pumping iron. But I try to keep the like strength and conditioning part with like outside of football. I was always running hills. Like I was like in that mentality. I just couldn't be plain.
People, get really banged up even just from lifting. Even when they're trying to lift with like good form, people are like, let me keep my back in check. I'm going to keep everything tight, and I'm going to deadlift this weight. And there's like a procedure, right? There's like a whole ritual, a whole thing that goes on. But some of the stuff you're doing, I'm like, man, like this seems pretty crazy. First of all, I mean, even the setup, like I'm always thinking about that. I'm like, how did they even set this up? Where you're like bench pressing a bench press, but you're like on a tire or something crazy. Have you gotten like jacked up? Have you gotten hurt from some of these things? Is there like a blooper reel somewhere being ready to be released? Look at this.
This shit's fucking wild, dude.
That's what I was talking about, the crunch. I never, I haven't God bless, I haven't got hurt yet because I feel like I do yoga. I do a lot of stuff.
That couch is fake. That couch is fake.
It's actually the same. It might be the same weight as the one. The same. It's like an IKEA couch. I'm like, you guys in school right now.
Trying to get that IKEA sponsor.
Yeah, so it's like I think everything I do in the back end it helps me out so I could perform like this. It's kind of like the same thing we're doing for football, yoga, Pilates, everything, massage therapist. Like all that chiro stuff. I do this. I still continue to do it because it's like I love lifting. So I was like, if I want to lift till I'm like 45 or 50, I got to keep taking care of my body. Keep doing the same things I'm doing now to like just to stay lifting.
But I love this pendulum squat though. It's so good.
It's on a machine you're going to be selling.
It's on the pegboard.
It's going to be selling this machine on his website in November.
Yeah. Do you have anybody like? Sorry, this might sound silly, but like supervising as far as like I don't know, do you have like the one guy in the gym that like has like some construction background where you be like, hey, can you hook this thing up to the pegboard and make sure it doesn't fall on me? Is there somebody around that can like make sure you're going to be okay?
No, really. It's my mind. My mind is like making, like, I don't know, whatever comes to my mind, I feel like it's possible. People are like, it's impossible. I'm like, it's possible. You just got to think of it and figure out how you're going to do it and then make it happen.
And the gym's okay with you doing this?
Yeah, this is my gym.
Oh, it's your own spot.
Yeah,
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people like in the comments like, oh, why his membership is not revoked? Like, and then people that know me is like, oh, this is gym, and
He's the boss.
You're not trying this at Planet Fitness.
Actually, I tried the one video at Alpha Land, and they sent me like a whole paragraph.
Oh, wow. What's the name of your gym and where's it located?
I Grind Through 65 Gym, and it's located in Voidsville, New York. So it's like outskirts of Albany.
Cool.
Wow.
It's like an opportunity when I like kind of like I was like I wanted to grow, and I knew the gym guys that owned it. It was 2 firefighters. They like, oh, we want to sell the gym. I was like, how can I own it? I was like, great opportunities. Kind of the pandemic can't really do nothing. I feel like let me invest in it, and then kind of just it was a lot of hours, a lot of consistent action, and I was as I'm learning how to operate a gym, I'm training my clients. So I would like be there at 4:30, train client at 5 a.m. Don't get out till 10, and probably like paint, kind of like redo the whole thing, how I kind of visualize it. It wasn't like my dream gym, but it was something where I could kind of do a stepping stone and kind of go forward to like making my dream gym happen. So it was just a lot of hours figuring memberships and trainers, but I'm happy that I'm doing it because now it's like I had my own space to make content now. It's like crazy.
What type of people do you work with?
So I work with all ages, from athletes from 5 years old all the way to professional athletes, from moms, stay-home moms, to dads that own CEO companies. So like very diverse from all type of ages, all type of athletic background. It's pretty, because the moms, they're like, oh, you're an athlete. I want to do athletic functional stuff. So they love that training. So I do that. And also give them like their compound lifts. So just, you got to know how to I was always self-taught, just learning my experience through playing football, and like the people I trained at Wagner or something like that. I'll just learn. And I'm just hands-on. What
kind of training are you doing now?
Me personally?
Yeah, you lifting?
So I went through like a bodybuilding phase where I was like, I want to get strong as possible. I was like, I hit heavy weight, 455, squatted 675 out the box. I hit those numbers. But I was like, do I really want to like bodybuild or powerlift? I was like, that's just not me. I wanted to be athlete, still in the athletic, what I mean? Still want to be aesthetic, but still,
if you
like,
keep lifting heavy, you turn stiff, right?
Yeah, I didn't want that. I started realizing I couldn't like get my backflips as fluent, and couldn't jump. I could still jump high, but it's like I just wasn't performing how I wanted. And like I was like, 215 is a great weight, and I could do CrossFit. So I started CrossFit, did it for like 8 months. Then I kind of got out that CrossFit phase. I hit numbers I wanted in CrossFit, and then I'm like, I want to do like bodybuilding, CrossFit, and like a whole bunch of stuff mixed together. So I'm doing like, I do a little Metcon, and then for my Metcon, I'm like, okay, let's hit back. So I hit back or push pull, and then I incorporate that into my work. So my workout about be an hour and a half, 2 hours, the max. And then afterwards, then I do like the crazy stunts.
Yeah.
So crazy stunts is at the end.
Do you do a lot of running too? Like, do you maintain the sprints and the running from football?
Yeah, so I do ladder drills. Like if I want to warm up properly, I do ladder drills, superset it with like a rogue assault bike. So I still do drills like that just to keep that fundamental going on. And it's a different conditioning than like running. It's like you competitively on the ladder, your feet start burning. It's like a different conditioning. So I love that. Keep that in the books.
No, that's really smart, because like what happens with a lot of athletes, especially as they go down the lifting rabbit hole, is they'll lift, and they'll stop doing all the things they did with their football player or soccer player. And then they'll try to do it later and they lost the skill. But you're doing all the things to maintain that skill. So you're having the athleticism you had during football, but now with all this extra mass and strength, it's a smart thing you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
It's us.
What do you think of someone like Larry Wheels? Like he does some really wild stuff, but like he's like, just flat out just lifting, right? Like he's doing some wild stuff. And I know he's gotten hurt a couple times. It looks like he's moving on to start to mess with some different things. But
yeah, I think Larry Will. I met him. I had a workout with him before, like really before I kind of like blew up on the scene. We was at a gym in Jersey, and then the company we both work with, they was like, come on down. And then I met him, and he's this awesome guy. And then I think I was like, wow, I didn't even know you could bench 585 that many times. Deadlifts 585 that many times. It's just wow, whatever you want to comment. Obviously, he's like, just
he's an accomplished power lifter.
Yeah, it's just
done it in competition and in the gym. Yeah.
It's insane. He's like definitely inspiration to like this. I don't know, do what you love. And figure out how you're gonna get there.
And what's the other dude's name that I see sometime? It's a Dream World or whatever.
It's Dreams World.
Oh yeah, he's a savage. He's not too far from me. I've never collabed with him, but hopefully in the future we probably could make a funny video.
You guys are like superheroes.
Yeah, he's like
real.
beyond.
Cool.
He's Thanos, man.
He's like 700 pounds walking on his back.
Yeah, he walks around the gym with it. You're like, what are you doing, man?
I'm surprised like they invoke his membership.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I don't think anybody's gonna say anything to him, right?
Nah, dude. Yeah, he's big as shit. He's also, y'all both in the East Coast?
Yeah, so I think he's in like Long Island. He's in Long Island. I'm in upstate, but he Indio, Indio Champ, the guy that be walking around kicking the plates out of people's hand. Yeah, so I worked out with Indio too before he blew up. So like Indio like, you should go down and collab with him. So Indio's a mentor of mine. But yeah, like it's just it's crazy. But
you still get good workouts in, even though you're thinking about doing like some of these offshoot things for Instagram. You're still able to get good workouts in.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I make sure I get my workout. If I feel like I didn't get my workout, I'd probably be insane. I feel like it keeps me balanced in life and like dealing with people every day.
Hey.
It's just like, okay, I get a workout in, then like, what we got planned today? Because it's like, you got something planned? I was like, nah, I said we're gonna take a rest day. But now it's like strategizing it. Okay, when it's like Russ, the artist. So it's like how he blew up. He released the album. He released a single every week before he blew up. I think he still does it, but I'm thinking like strategize that way, so I could like let all these other videos out, informational, and just kind of keep the buzz going, but also through the threads, like letting other things that I'm capable of doing on the platform.
How do you deal with these? We were talking about it in the gym, but there's a good name for him. How do you deal with the fitness Karens that see your shit and they're like, why is he doing that? That's not safe.
Yeah, we got just clickbait. Yeah, we got two good examples right here. Hold on, I just wanted to read it.
You got some verified guys.
So that's why I want to point out. So they said, like, let me simplify this. Grab a bench, a pair of dumbbells, and chest press. The next one, this is dumb as fuck. Well, anything for social media attention. And
Scott Herman said that.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I ain't gonna throw no shade. He's an OG. But hey.
But also, I mean, look what he's doing. Yeah.
I'm doing some off the wall shit, but they comment, so I guess that's good engagement.
It's good engagement, and that blue check comment actually helps.
That blue check is more engagement, so more blue checks.
There we go.
Let's re-examine this a little bit more. He's actually kind of on a decline.
Yeah.
Right? So he's getting a little more pec activity.
Yes, that's very good for biomechanics.
And looks like the arms are in close, so he's got that kind of old football technique where he could blow someone off the football real easy because he can get into their pads, right?
Flashback.
So yeah.
Great range of motion too. Like he's not just going, he's going all the way down and all the way up.
I throw push-ups, full motion.
And he's jacked. So I mean, it's doing
everything. Yeah.
Look at the stability though.
Yeah, no, that's actually huge.
So you guys.
Dude, what happens when you stop filming? Like you just fucking fall?
When you stop filming?
What's the dismount?
He throws the couch.
Actually, I did. I threw a couch over. I'm surprised the couch still survived. People still selling that couch till today.
Jesus.
Like, wow, but
that's always has to be the hardest part. I would imagine is like
the end of the video,
trying to figure out how to get off of that setup that you got going there.
So this one was like it was more like you have to be on the gentle side, getting on, getting off. But once you got on, it was like take a deep breath and then hope for the best.
Doug, you need to. Okay, number one, that's the couch you've been using since the beginning, right?
Yeah, this couch is famous, bro. It's gonna be on eBay soon.
What's her name? Nah, don't sell her. Don't sell her. She this couch has been in all your videos. You gotta keep that thing. Yeah,
I do gotta keep it. I think we haven't made no name for it. So whoever could come with a name for it, hey, thank you.
Rebecca,
she been around the block.
Hey, I think Rebecca fits. I think that fits.
Oh, poor Rebecca. But back to the original question, like with like we just kind of focus on those negative comments, but like you do show some of your other exercising and stuff. So, well, here's a good example. Nsima one day joked around and said he sleeps 2 hours a night. We were laughing the whole time as he said it, and we have since then said, guys, we were joking. But every time it comes up, they're just like, this guy's full of shit. He only sleeps 2 hours a night. And we're like, okay, that's not it, right? Okay, so with this, like, you're doing this for theatrics, obviously, right? But I mean, it's not saying that it's very difficult. But like, how do you handle that? Like to tell people like, guys, I actually work out.
So I guess the other, like I was saying before, the other feeds give examples of like, I'll actually do regular lifts, the basic bench press, or but even when I try those lifts, it's just like I try to do isolation. I try to do stuff that's very difficult for the average human being to do, but I still incorporate in regular dumbbells, bench press. But yeah, I guess it's just fueling this feed in with regular lifts and regular workouts, HIIT workouts. And I don't know if you guys know George. He was. He's like, he does like a lot of functional stuff. He's like one of those guys that went famous for the abs. He's from Atlanta. But yeah, he's he did a collab with me when I went to Atlanta, and that kind of helped me because like people like, oh snap, he actually could move around, he could jump, and like he's just not like a freak of athlete, just throwing the couches and bench, you know. But yeah, that guy right there. Yep. So we did a collaboration, and then people like kind of like opened their eyes, and it changed a lot of people's mindsets of like, I'm just
whoa.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he did some crazy stuff. That other guy from UK, I think, he like went out there for like a video. He's like a trainer at Ludacris.
What's your food look like?
My diet, whew.
Okay, yeah, this is gonna be fun.
So good response when he starts laughing.
This is a fun one. I have a very fast metabolism, so you know I'm kind of on
that DK Metcalf.
So I try not. Chipotle is my best friend, so I eat around like 5,000 calories a day for the most part.
Nice.
On the low end, I probably do 3,500, but I try to be around that 5,000 calories because I could burn one workout. It could be 12. It could be from 900 to 1,200 calories.
Yeah.
And then on a regular day, walking around being active,
training
could be
people,
4,500. You know, so I just try to be on the plus side of the burn calorie, so I'm not going to that deficit. If I go in deficit, I just probably stay lean for the whole week.
Yeah.
You'll start to lose weight probably pretty quick, right?
Yeah, and I could tell in my list if I'm like doing some energy, it's like, I might have to consume something. So I keep these pouches of the rice, the jasmine rice, and I just kill one. Like if I'm like super busy.
Just straight rice?
Yeah, straight rice. People look at me crazy in the gym. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, bro, you eating a pouch of rice. I'm like, yeah, it's fueling
Those are the
me.
ones you can microwave or whatever.
Yeah, so
right?
90-second microwave, pop it out. I train a client eating it while I'm training a client.
Yeah.
You know? So,
it's fuel, right? You need it, right?
yeah, especially the energy, the carbs.
Yeah.
So I just, and then either if I don't have enough time, I do bulk. So I do like big pans of ground turkey, cook it, and eat it throughout the day or throughout the week. So I do bulks of like ground turkey, white rice, and asparagus or some sort of vegetable.
Yeah, whenever there's somebody like you, people are always like, oh, well, he kind of said he eats what he wants. And he said he eats like 5,000 calories a day, but they missed the fact that you talked about working out for about 2 hours on most days. They missed the part where you talk about you were doing all these football drills and you're lifting and you're training people and you're just going all day, most likely, right?
Yeah, and then like, you know, coming out here and stuff like traveling too. Like they'd be like, what you eat when you travel? I don't really eat Bojangles at the airport. I probably wait till I get to somewhere I could go get some, you know, some whole food from like Chipotle, Core Life or something like that where I could like consume some actual calories from my meals that's not like trash. So like that's basically traveling wise.
Yeah. So I know you mentioned that you do like yoga and Pilates and stuff. Do you like, how often do you do things like stretch or do anything like that?
So mobility is like
mobility
huge. I love mobility. Like I preach to people, I'm like, mobility is more important than stretching. I tell most of my clients, I'm like, if you could functionally move and get your limbs to like, you know, be in these positions, you get better performance through your lifts or through your compound lifts. So some people you start training, they can't even squat parallel, you know, and it's like, okay, how can we open you up a little bit? Start doing these mobility, start doing these world greatest, start doing these 90-90 functional hip rotations. Yeah. So like I just mobility is key. Like I always start my lifts off with mobility. And then from there, just keep getting better at the mobilities that I feel stiff in.
Sheesh.
What's been the hardest thing you tried so far? Has there been anything that you've tried where you're like, this just not working?
Like lifting wise or like everything?
Like with some of the kind of IG like things that
IG
you do?
stuff. It's few ideas that's like, you know, like it's like we did it, but we're like, is it gonna like be shocker to people? You know, it's like, is it gonna be like, wow, you know? Like,
yeah, what is this? This is like a bunch of weights and a tire or something?
So I seen what's that one guy? He like started this. He has the curly hair like J. Start with J.
Oh,
like,
Juji Mufu?
Yeah, so he started this. He's like, he just whipped up the barbells.
He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's wild. He's more wild than me. Like, I'm like, yeah, people, he'll have nothing on me. So he like whipped the bars on his back. I'm like, how about I put the tire with the 2 barbells on my back and squat it? So we set it up. How it was set up, I didn't have it on my phone. We set it up. We put 2 boxes, and then we used the Smith. That's on my Smith machine, and we put the X and then put the tire on there, and I just came under it, and I was like, oh, this is about 4 or 5. I could get a couple good reps on here, and I just started repping it. Had to walk out like 5 steps to get away from the Smith machine, but when I got it, took me like 2 tries, and then it was like, oh, this is golden.
So there hasn't been anything that you tried yet where you're like, I I just need to stop because this ain't working.
Not yet. Like the Alpha Land thing, it was like people was like, "No way you about to do it." I'm like, "Yes way." All right, I got this set up. So this.
Did we pull it up? What is it?
Is it on there?
It's the bleacher one.
Yeah.
That was the one. Real quick though, with this one, like, how the fuck did you get out?
So I just dumped the tire off, and then after the tire got dumped off, I just kind of, you just take the barbells off.
That shit hurt?
Golly,
it was not, because I have good enough traps to like support it.
Yeah.
So like I was just squeezing my traps like the life depended on it, and then it kind of felt like a pillow.
This was the first one that I said to Mark. I was just like, dog, I don't understand what I'm looking at.
I remember this.
Yeah, this is like, he was like, "How you do this?" I was like, "I don't know." We just kind of.
All right, so wait up. You said that they sent you like a paragraph.
Yeah.
So did you like? Were you like?
Still got it.
You did this shit in secret or whatever, and then you put it up, or
No, so like, I made a whole YouTube video and everything about it because I was.
This
like,
is what Christian Guzman.
Yeah,
did, right?
Shout out if you see this, shout out to him for like the bleachers. I don't really know what to say, yeah.
He's like, who the fuck's this guy doing this shit with our bleachers?
Yeah, so they like seen this on the camera. They didn't see me, so I guess I was in the spot where they didn't see the cameras.
Yeah.
But I guess somebody said something, and then they seen the video going viral, and obviously Christian must have seen it because it was on every platform known to man. And I don't know, he didn't reach out to me, but his manager did.
Oh, yeah. Here's my comment. How? Just how?
Yeah, for real.
I didn't fucking understand.
So this, I don't know if you want. This is the message I received from them.
Ooh, can I read? You want to?
Yeah, you can read it.
Oh shit! Oh man, this is gonna be good. Oh fuck! All right. Hey Matthias, my name is Blank, and I'm one of the general operations managers at Alphaland. Regarding your recent post, we expect all our members and guests to follow the rules and procedures of the facility, which in the day pass waiver you signed for your visit on 8/11/2022. One of your managers spoke with you and your friends last night relating this. We have the right to revoke 24-hour access to our individuals who disregard these policies. I'm politely asking you to avoid situations like this in the future visits, as it's a huge liability, could damage equipment, and the facility we work so hard to provide for all our visitors. Refusal to do so will be forced to provide your info to the property manager, which we don't want to have to do. We have 3 gyms worth of weights for all your lifting needs.
Like, stop lifting the bleachers, dog. We got weights.
Nah, but I was the only.
That part is actually fucking funny. We have 3 gyms of weights. What the fuck you doing?
So I was the only guy. Like, obviously I had the biggest following out of everybody, so they came at me and they know I was gonna post some bullshit. So that's what I did. I was like, I got like 10 deals off this.
So question, they said 3 gyms worth of weights. Would they let you do some wild shit with weights? They probably let you do some wild shit with weights.
If you go to, I did a backflip and I squatted 300 times, 3 times.
Up or down?
Go down a little bit. You're gonna see, or probably go up. Sorry about that. Go up. I did a backflip right there. You see the right?
Oh yeah,
right there. So I did a backflip going into 500. So this is when it cooks. This is when the gym kind of like shut down. Everybody's like attention is on us because obviously I'm like backflipping and then right into 500
pounds, bro.
Yeah. So
That's so impressive.
Dude, your ability to move though, man, and just like work with this heavy weight. That's not the only other guy I know.
Beckham.
Tehran.
Yeah, he's a freak.
He's the only other one that comes to mind.
He trained at the same facility I did for the combine.
Really?
So Test Academy, yeah. So they actually just moved to Florida. They got a bigger facility. But me and him trained at the same facility. He just actually reached out to me. He's like, "You're over in LA, we could link up." But so that's a link up we must have.
You got to do that, man.
Juji Mufu can do some shit like this too.
Oh yeah,
right?
we get us 3 in this. It might be crazy.
Yeah, because he can do flips and all kinds of stuff too. He's wild.
He's jacked.
Yeah, he did a bodybuilding show and he went all in on that shit. Did you guys see that?
No, I
didn't see how lean he got.
Yeah, see if he can pull up. Like he fucking, he looked incredible. I think I don't know if he got a pro card or whatever, but like he's getting close to that range, I think. He looked insane.
Freak of a human being.
Dude, when did you learn how to do this flip stuff though? Like, did you do this as a kid?
Yeah, like growing up in the city, we just flip on mats, flips on mattress. Like we just run, flip, and then when you're a kid, you don't really no fear. So we was just flipping in the middle of the street, bad flipping. We was playing tackle football. We had no fear, so I just learned on the street.
playing tackle football in the street.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That shit probably hurt.
Yeah, I was never getting tackled. I probably ran on somebody's hood.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wait up.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, he got just like
Wow, that's
so
crazy.
shredded. I think he's still pretty heavy too. Like he's holding some good body weight.
He has a
that's-
lot of mass on him.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
And
just being
splits.
flexible.
and shit.
But like,
Jeez.
dude.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
I think he like had gymnastic in his background.
Yeah, I
Did,
think so too.
right?
He did. Yeah.
That's absurd.
You have anything that you want to like compete in? Yeah. You know,
People
'cause-
say I should do bodybuilding, but I was like, the closest thing I probably do could be is probably the CrossFit Games
Mhm.
because it's so like it's just a different beast of it. I don't know. It's like a different beast.
Yeah.
Like look at Matt.
CrossFit, Spartan race, maybe something like that.
Have you ever paid attention to like how tall Rich Froning and all those guys are?
Matt
Like
Frazier?
their builds, Matt Frazier.
Yeah, they
like-
gotta be like 5'7". That's the only thing in my downfall.
yeah, but like
5'11".
you're 5'11", but like your build is like you look like you could be really good at CrossFit. There are some people that they're too big. Some people are just way too small. You look like you have a good CrossFit build and you're athletic.
Yeah.
So then you're not just strong. You can run. You can do all this shit. CrossFit might be a
That would
move.
be sick.
It might be a move when I'm
Yeah.
I always thought of it as just like the right environment. It's like challenging to find the right environment. If I could create my space with my next space I'm about to get, if I could create a space for the CrossFit community in there, I would definitely do it. And it's just the balance of like mental stress and stuff like that, like balancing the gym.
Yeah.
I think that like when I was doing the CrossFit, I think that was my downfall. I was like so like mentally like I know I turn it off when I get to the CrossFit, but it's like I need to be in a space that's gonna motivate me and kind of take my energy away from the gym just for an hour or two, just so I could dedicate my craft to get better. I think that's the only downfall, you know, is that.
Power Project family, how's it going? So no matter what diet you're on or no matter what supplements you take, it's necessary as you get older to know what's going on under the hood. That's why I've partnered with Merrick Health. They're the premium telehealth clinic owned by Derek from More Plates, More Dates. And we have a panel that will allow you to get all of your labs done and checked in a super easy fashion. Andrew, how can they get it?
Yeah, you guys got to head over to merrickhealth.com/powerproject. That's MAREK health.com/powerproject. And at checkout, enter promo code PowerProject to save $101 off of this comprehensive panel. Links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes.
What about the gymnastics rings? Have you ever messed around with those? 'Cause
Yeah,
like,
I love them bad boys. People's like, how you do that your first try? I just got up there. I just kind of see. I'm a visual learner, so like if I see somebody do something, or like say if I never did pistol squat and I see you do pistol squat, I'm like, I might could do that, and I end up doing it because I seen how your body moved.
right.
Very coachable person.
Hey,
Well,
there
it
you
looks
go.
kind of looks like you just pick it up like that, but
Yeah.
you mentioned your background, you know, where you're like, you know, you're practicing flips on the street, you know. I think a lot of people's upbringing like kind of gets undersold. Like we don't think about that. We don't always have that. We're just like, man, why's that guy got it like that? somebody just gets jealous.
Yeah, so
But
like
it's like, no, there's still a lot of work has been done.
Yeah.
Even though you might have been thinking you were playing around, it was beneficial for later on, right?
Yeah, like my background it was really rough, you know, like I grew up with like a disability, so just like, you know, facing adversity, being bullied and a lot of stuff just I had to face to like to be mentally strong I've cried, I did a whole bunch of stuff, you know, but I just figured out like, you know, I never wanted to give that energy back to people because like I grew up and, you know, my mother like had me at 16, my dad was locked up in prison, like seeing a lot of traumatizing things that kind of just like calloused me to like I have to be the opposite of what I grew up. And like the statistics, I can never let that make me fall to somebody I grew up to, like best friend being killed at 8 years old. Like a lot of stuff I just faced where I just didn't want to go there, you know? Like even now, like, you know, you just don't want to think about it, but it humbles me to like be good. And like if I see another kid like growing up and they going down the wrong road, I could like give them a pep talk and like, this is what I did. You know, I wasn't supposed to be here, but I found the right tools and I had the right people around me to like support me and give me a little push to like keep me going. And that's what you really need. So it's just like everything in my life just kind of built me up to like just be a figure to like give people hope.
Was there somebody in your past that was able to help you kind of keep it all together? Because
So
like
my mother,
Okay.
so like she always been like we like 16 years apart, not too far apart. But like my mom just like seeing like how when she had me, like she had like 3 jobs and still going to night school and still providing for me. And You know what I mean? I was very traumatized because like I would wake up middle of the night as a kid, and I was like, you know, going through them nightmares of like wishing I had a father figure. So football built that aesthetic to having a coachable person in my life, like all the coaches and like, and they knew I was a great kid because I would show up and I would just work as hard as possible. Like I wasn't the biggest kid, but I was the strongest hearted. So I would never let somebody bully me or let somebody push me around. And all the mental reps of bear crawling probably 20 yards at like 8 years old, it built me up character-wise, like as in like just keep coming. Even when I faced the challenge every day, when it was hard, it was like you wanted to give up, you didn't want to come back. This one kid was like 12 years old, I was like 6. He had an open field. He could have went right, but he went right at me. You know what I mean? Like, he actually took a turn, came right at me, ran me over, and kept running. And I could.
Fuck that guy.
It was fucked up. What the fuck? But then he's a guy now. He look at me because I didn't give up. Like he's like, damn, bro, like you really like came back to practice. Like we wanted you to quit because it was like 2 youngest kids on the team. It was like 2 of us, but the other kid was like he didn't play. I played, so I was like, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna get my play time. So I treat life like playtime. Like I'm never gonna give up when life like try to back me down. So I just like show up every day.
Dog, single, like, okay, number one, if you're a single parent or if you're a parent, do not underestimate the power of sports for a kid. Because I was the same shit. My mom put me in soccer. I know, man. She put me in soccer, but I played that.
I can tell by your arms you play soccer.
But I played that for 15 years, and a lot of the coaches that I had were like father figures for me. I was able to be around a lot of other younger men and other boys, and that's one thing. That's one reason that like helped me keep my physicality in my adult years, right? So that sports are fucking powerful. Like parents, put your kids in a sport,
100%.
even if they don't want to. Because I think when I started soccer, I didn't want to play soccer, but she just made me.
Good for you.
She made me.
Yeah,
a kid doesn't know. Kids don't know like what's good for them, so they're gonna complain. They're gonna complain, but when there'll be an age where they won't complain and they'll be grateful. You know, if they're 15, 16, they start getting good at that sport because they've already been playing it for a little bit. They'll be grateful.
Right. Yeah. I think every life lesson like now don't even add up to the life lessons I've had in football. It made life so much easier. Like it's just crazy. Like this is everything we learned on the field, all the moments, everything. Like it's just like life is just like so much more like easier. How to control, how to react to certain people. Yeah. It just gave you that, and how to like the community base and like how the team could work together to push forward.
Sports teaches you a lot of great things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think just a lesson of like shit ain't always going to work out for you. Even when you do think you do the best job and you do the things that are in your best interest and you follow what the coach says and you try to buy into all these things, your team still loses. You still might not get that scholarship. You still might not beat that other guy because that other guy from the other schools might be faster. He might be better. He might be whatever. Right. And eventually you'll have to stop playing. Like even if you make it to the pros, like then what? Yeah. You know, there's always like the end, then what? It's like, okay, you wanted to get a scholarship. It's like, well, you got a scholarship, and then are you going to be able to play at the college level? And then you're able to play at the college level, and it's like you wanted to make a pro team. Then maybe you are blessed,
and the percentage gets smaller too. Like my story, like I grew up in Albany. Is like New York is not a big football state. So like when I got to my like coaches seeing me performing well, but they wanted me to perform well against 4-star, 5-star. So I went to North Carolina, Matthews when my term was 18. My mom sent me down there because they wanted to see if I could perform against caliber athletes that grew up and bred the sport. And I mean, obviously I passed that test because I showed up and I renewed what I had to do to make it happen. And, you know, it made me an opportunity to get a full scholarship to play ball. And it's just like I tell kids, like, the percentage gets smaller. You're always gonna have somebody out there better than you. But what's gonna make you different than the other kid?
Yeah, I think in high school on the East Coast, from what I remember, like New York doesn't even have that same system, right? Like as you go down south, right, you get to the Carolinas and you get to like Florida and stuff like that. That's where they have that kind of system.
Yeah, you can't make state like a lot of them upstate are like they just not existing no more because it's not getting funded. So, but, this down south is more to like 1 year football education. That's it.
Yeah, those football teams down there, they're like, is like people will go, like they'll specifically go to some of these schools because they know they're going to be on like a good football team. And in New York, it's just like, oh, I'm just in this school district, and then you drive 45 minutes to a school to, you hop on a bus every day and right, get your ass hauled off to school. It's different. Like the whole town is not set up for football, but as soon as you go south,
different,
especially like in Texas and stuff like that, then that's where like high school football is a huge deal, and people strategically like will live in certain areas to make sure their kid goes to the best school, because then you can get recruited easy. But if you're in New York, it's actually really rare for someone to get picked up for a scholarship, because they're like, there's just not great football
talent,
in New York.
Talent. Like when we went to that prep school, every running back was a Division I running back. It was like, who's going to be the best Division I running back? Who's going to be healthy throughout the whole season? And now that's what it came down to.
It's like, you scored 40 touchdowns, but so did everybody else.
Yeah, somebody else, like from a different state. They talent might be better than yours, but can you start over them in the game? And that's how it was. Like, whoever performed, like you get I get 5 carries this game. Who's going to do the most with that 5 carries?
Did you say you had a disability as a kid?
Yeah, so I had a learning disability. It's better now. Like, it was a grammar. So story. It was just, when I was living in the house, it had lead paint. This is before they had the act before no lead paint and no lead in paint. So I was getting affected by it when I was like 4th grade, and then they like kind of took me out the class, and I really didn't know what was going on, 'cause I'm a kid, and it was like, you just learning slower than the average grade. So then I started learning. I had like a grammar, comprehension, disabilities. So I'm like, and then that's when the bullying phase came in, where people were like, "No, I mean, because that they didn't have the system in there, right? Where it's like, oh, you have learning disability with learning disability kids. Oh, you have a disability, like physical disability with the physical disability kids, but they had us all in one room." And it was just like, it was like, damn, and it's like, how can, you thought life was done,
maybe you just had like a little attention deficit too. Like maybe you just didn't fucking care about school that much.
Actually, I loved learning. I was really good at math, but it was just like, I just couldn't, like, they just seen that I wasn't doing so good on the test and the reading parts. And like, I'm like, I just, and then they just kind of took me out that class and put me in another class. And then even people that bullied me, I mean, they asked me for like training tips. I think that's the most healthiest thing. That's the most important thing of a human now. It's like, you got to be healthy to perform in everything else in lifestyle. But I never let anything like that like tarnish any relationships, because I just always wanted to be a good human to people. Yeah,
it is kind of nice, because like. On it? No, like on Instagram, there are 2 elementary school bullies. And these guys actually made me get expelled from one of my first elementary schools. And they follow me on the gram and ask me questions. Like, it's like,
you feel important.
Hey,
was that the dude that stole your headphones?
No. He'd fuck me up.
Okay. All right.
That was making sure. That was high school.
We were about to like pop some champagne and celebrate that one.
No, that one man. All right, so quick story. I was in high school one day, and there's this guy. He's a big dude. I don't want to even say his name.
You said it before.
He was big, and I was walking towards the school gym. Right, I had my little my iPod headphones on. I was just walking. It's like, hey, Nsima. I just act like I didn't hear him. Nsima, I'm like, what's up, dude? Hey, it's like, let me borrow your headphones, man. I'm like, okay. So I gave it to him, and I walked to the gym. I come back the next day. I'm like, hey, man, can I get my headphones? He's like, what headphones? I'm like, all right. That's it. That's all. It's done, right? But
yeah. Everybody got like a bully in life somewhere.
Yep.
I had a similar experience in school. I was put in like special classes or whatever. And I don't know if it was the area that I grew up in or the time that I grew up in or whatever, but they didn't have like, I just needed extra time, And then so I thought I was dumb. And then I was in these classes with kids like you mentioned that had they had physical, they had physical disabilities as well as some issues mentally. And it's just like I didn't have the same chance to grow the same way. And then I also use that a little bit as a crutch, because I was a lazy kid sometimes. So like I didn't want to do my homework. So I kind of blame that a little bit too. And I would say, oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. And it would just became like a thing. But as I got older, I learned to just be like, fuck all that. Don't matter. Like everyone has a past, and everyone has a problem or issues to get over or around or through. And I was like, well, I don't know about like where I started, but I know I can get smarter, and I know I can continue to learn. I know I can continue to grow. So maybe it's slower or whatever it might be, but I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But like real talk, that seems to have like been a strength for you, because even look, when it comes to your social media, some people might look at it as just stunts, right?
Yeah.
But look at how much you've grown. You have 1.8 million followers on TikTok. You have over 220,000 followers on Instagram, and you're doing things that nobody else is doing.
Yeah.
Nobody else has come up with these ideas, right? If somebody else did, then they'd be like, oh, he did it. But no, you're the first guy to do it. So you had to come up with some different shit so you could grow at a different pace than everybody else, right? You just think different.
I think I was also an artist. I minored in artists. I minored in art when I was in college.
Yeah.
So like I'm very artistic, and like
that was the one.
This is like art right here. This is my art.
Dog, like I wonder, like if your legs fall off, then you just swing through. If your arms, if you fall through, like you just swinging through those dumbbells, man.
Yeah, your stomach must be going crazy right there.
Yeah,
Your
core. Yeah, because actually the T-bar machine is actually hooked up to like my intersection. So there's a lot of glutes and a lot of core activation there. And then when the TRX skinner plays, a lot of shoulder stability.
This would be great if you like made like a commercial, like you're trying to sell this as like a program. That's like make it so simple. Be like, it's these 3 easy steps, like set up a tire, fucking bench off the tire.
That's a hell of a video idea.
These are only these 7 exercises that you need, and you do these every day.
Look at that. Like those are just like free like dip bars, right?
This is your morning routine.
Yeah, this is just activating glutes.
Just my simple morning routine. This is what I do. Oh my God. But funny enough, man, I'm imagining like all these different things you're doing. You have all this stability going on. You probably just cannot be pushed over. Like straight up, like you're probably just like a rock.
Like when we was training for a combine, we did a lot of like Boso ball, a lot of like single leg stuff where we have somebody like, they got these machines where you like get these bags and you got to run through the bags on one leg.
Oh yeah.
So it's a lot of like running backs is very like, they must have the best, like I would say they got the best like stability, because you got linebackers 250 coming at angles. You got D linemen 300 pounds running 4 or 5s and stuff. It's crazy. So you got to just bounce off, get right back to it.
Yeah, imagine you're on defense and this guy's running at you. Fuck that.
That's how I was running when I was coming down on kickoff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, on kickoff, like people just get out of your way. They're like, "Fuck that."
Yeah, I was like the gunner too. I was coming down there for like blood. Like if anybody was in my way, they must have been going to their mama the next day.
Do you have any desire to try any martial arts like boxing or kickboxing?
I love I love boxing. I like boxing. Just keep my hands flowing, protecting myself and stuff like that. I did martial. I did shout out to my uncle and my stepfather. They taught me like kung fu. So I still know how to do like, I don't know if I think it's way back in my timeline. I do like backflips and kicking something high. Like, I got some like freakish stuff on there. Like when I was really like just backflipping, kicking or backflipping, lifting like just crazy stuff. Yeah. But just incorporating different pieces into one thing.
You have any visions of trying to do some of these like offshoot lifts like in different areas, like on a beach somewhere?
Yeah, I do. I love traveling. Like once I get to a place I feel like I could travel and like get invited. Like I had this one travel company. It's like, do you want to like travel and like do the stuff you do? So in the future, hopefully you just travel. And
I can picture you doing that in front of like the Washington Monument or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On a boat.
I can bring the tire with me.
Yeah, in front of the Statue of Liberty or some shit. I don't know.
That'd be cool though. Like New York City is like amazing. Like we go down there once. Like we want to.
It's so freaky there. I don't think anybody would even like think anything of what you were doing.
Yeah,
you know
they just like, I think we just put a hat and like, okay, you can donate right here, and then we just do like stunts of like us squatting humans on our shoulder or something like that. Nah, it's cool. I love it. Just it creates a different atmosphere. Lets people think a little more. You know, people like, wow. I'm like, I don't know, I just did it.
How old are you?
28.
All right, young man, a youngin.
Yeah, I wanted to go back real quick because when you're talking about like you were surrounded by nothing but D1 running backs, and Mark was like, "Well, you scored 40. Well, so did everybody else. Who cares?" Not all of them made it, right? Like when they faced that adversity, some folded and some didn't. This is actually for you and Mark. I guess Nsima, yeah, you too. You're fucking crushing it too. But why do you guys think that like? When some people face that adversity, they fold, and others can, like you did, you can look at that and be like, yeah, that's where I want to come back even stronger.
I think the experience, like the experience that all the traumatized I had in life, and I didn't want to let nobody down. So I think everything through the moments never to get into that position didn't let me be the coward in that position. I just like everything I experienced in life just built me up to not let me fall through the cracks of being average.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna echo the same thing. I think it's a repetition thing. Like it started with you in sports when you were young, and you're used to going through that adversity. You're used to challenges. So now as an adult, like you don't look at challenges afraid of it. You're more like inspired, and it pumps you up to try to fucking go at it.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like if you just don't let go and you just keep going, like eventually you'll catch people. So with lifting wise, I just, I was in a certain position. Other people were ahead of me. And I was just like, I'm 100 pounds away from that guy right now. Then I'm 90, and then I'm 80, then I'm 70, then I'm 60. Yeah. And like the guy doesn't even know it, but here I am like so pumped. I'm like, I'm 60 pounds away from beating this guy in a squat. Jeez. And I fucking kill him on the bench press. And all I have to do is like kind of halfway hang with him on the deadlift, and like I got it. You know what I mean? So it was just a matter of being relentless and trying to stick with it. I was just telling Kenny, one of our guys, he actually works in the warehouse here, is a bodybuilder. And this kid has always been in really good shape. He's getting prepped for a bodybuilding show. I think he's like 7 or 8 weeks out right now.
Is that the 21-year-old kid? Yeah, I met him. Yeah, he's awesome.
He was training some legs yesterday, and he's got the veins coming out and shit. And like he just looks insane. And he like flexes legs, and he has like striations, and you got striations that early. He still has 7 more weeks to prep. He's going to get so shredded. But I just encouraged him. I only did one bodybuilding show, and Nsima's got more experience and has done more. But what you'll see in that sport is a lot of guys don't push all the way through to the finish. Push. When somebody gets to, I think David Goggins talks about this. Sometimes people put in like 50, 60%. They like that, which is good. Like that's a fucking good effort. Right. But man, if you can put in like that extra 30 or 40 at the end where most people give up, you're going to feel so good about yourself. Never mind what the result is. Never mind if you win or whatever. That's almost secondary. It's the fact that you feel like you put everything on the line, and you'll feel so good. So I was sharing that with him yesterday. I'm like, a couple weeks from now, you're going to start to feel tired. You're going to start to drag because you don't have the calories anymore. And you're going to look lean. You're going to look crazy, and you're going to look better than you ever have before. But you could still look better. You can still push forward more. So when you get down to the end, just remember the other guys, they probably aren't going to push all the way through. So fucking push all the way through. Go all the way through these next 7 weeks. Just, do everything that you're supposed to do. Because at the end, when you're on stage, he's going to be completely peeled. And most of the people, they don't take their time with getting lean enough, which is weird because it's bodybuilding. That's the game, right? Is to get lean. But man, if you lean into getting shredded, that's how you crush people. But people won't lean into it a lot of times because it's so hard. It's easy to talk about, very hard to execute.
Right.
Yeah, and then so like I think it was every goddamn Dre. It was kind of like the same thing. It was like what else do you want to do? And he's like, man, people want me to do a bodybuilding show. And I think it's just because we want to see the freakiness, right? We want to see how someone like that could get as shredded as possible. And then like, so for you, people are asking you like, do a bodybuilding show. You're just like, man. And I don't, this is not in a negative way at all, but like, does it not, the idea of doing a bodybuilding show not excite you that much because you are already in amazing shape and you don't have to like really, should I say it? Try as hard as everyone else on stage?
Yes and no. Like I feel like my mind is so conditioned to be an athlete in life. Like I don't know, just I feel like if I do bodybuilding, it's really I really have to commit to it, and if I want to do it, I gotta be like really like all in on it. And I just don't want to like half-ass it.
Yeah,
you know. So I think that's why I don't find no interest in it. Like, I like watching people do it, and I root them on. But it's just like I'd rather just be an athlete and like I don't know. I feel like functional take you way longer in life than bodybuilding.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm like.
Yeah. When you're getting close to stage, man, you don't want to run. You don't want to sprint. You don't want to jump. Like
you don't want to do shit.
Right? And so like every aspect of athleticism, because I don't want to say, every aspect of that type of athleticism is gone. You could just lift and be in a deficit and eat.
People get hurt.
Yeah.
They get bad injuries. Like if they try to do the things that they love to do as they're prepping for a bodybuilding show, sometimes they get like seriously injured because it's just not a smart time to do it. But we all think that we can do it, So, so then you're like, I could still do that. You end up finding out your body's all dried out and shit. Your body just doesn't want to do it.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
Holy shit.
What was one of the first? That looks crazy.
You want to see one of the first videos?
Yeah, what's one of the first?
You gotta go all the way back till you probably see the tire on the decline.
Is some of this on YouTube as well? Do you have a YouTube thing? That you
I have a YouTube thing.
Nice.
Yeah. That's the two tires on the
I'm just because like every time you see like one picture load up, you just see some more crazy shit.
And how long ago did some of this like start? Because I would imagine that you were on Instagram and you're probably messing around and something hit and clicked.
If you go way back, you probably see like all my football stuff. So like, and it's like different challenges you see other people do.
You've made a lot of content, man.
Yeah, it's consistent. Yeah, it's consistency. And let's see, I think that one right there you see go up a little bit right there. So that was a challenge.
This one right here?
It was like a muscle up with a plate. So if this is me doing a muscle up with like different plates.
Yo.
And then I was like, that's too easy. Then one of my guys recorded me doing a 45 pounder, and then you go down some more. I think you see.
Not a lot of people can do that shit.
No, dude.
Then it's me dunking right there over the. It's like a football pad.
Jumping over that fucking thing and dunking.
Dog.
That was sick. That was really nice.
I was like, let me try it again. I backed it up and I did another one.
Oh, nice. That fucking backboard looks like it's gonna fucking fall.
Springy.
Yeah, it's very powerful.
Is another one? Oh, then it's like merchant or whatever.
Got to throw a shirt on to sell that merch every once in a while.
Get some merch in the eye grind merch.
So it must be a 7-foot rim over there, right?
That looked like a clean 10-footer. That was
that's legit. I'm just fucking.
I'm just saying, 'cause I know someone's gonna get it in their mind.
Yeah.
I was watching. There was a special the other day on Dominique Wilkins, a great basketball player, and he was saying how he like transferred schools or something like that. And when he went to this new school, he was like, everybody was looking at him, and he was just like, man, all right. He was super nervous. He's like, I'm just got to play like my normal thing, and like people will be cool with me. Right. So he gets up, he jumps up for like a rebound, and he could jump so crazy that he's looking into the rim, and he's like, I'm just gonna fucking windmill this into the basket. So he's thinking all this while he's like hanging out in the air, and he's like, wow, pow. And he comes down, and everyone just stares at him.
What the fuck?
He's like, all right, I think I broke everybody in. Like now they're used to me.
That
He
guy
talked about looking into the rim. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that guy caused so much pain to each rim that he dunked on. He like the force that this guy would dunk those windmills was just insane. It's fucking.
That's why they got the spring backs now, where it's like you dunk, the impact goes back into the hoop, so it's like not gonna break.
What's your favorite sport? Do you like watching sports, or you like kind of doing them yourself more than anything?
Yeah, I kind of like watching my crazy videos now.
You're like, how did I do that?
Yeah, it's like deja vu. Now I used to love watching football and basketball. Just like now, I just got more interest in business. Like I'm more like went from personal training stage. Like now,
yeah,
like,
you own your own gym.
It's like, how can I be a businessman? Like, I want to, I don't know, just like learn more about like being successful doing something different than, I don't know, anybody
A great
else.
guy to talk to would have been Christian Guzman, but I think you fucked it up.
And he might ask me about the video. I'm like, all right. I was like, yeah, man, that's in the past.
Hey, if anything, it got hundreds of thousands of
Hey,
views.
Bradley Martin's a good option too. You know?
There you go.
We got a few guys
Absolutely.
out there.
Have you ever been out to Zoo Culture? You been
Yeah,
to
so
the
I'm
gym?
going there. Yeah, probably. So I'm flying out tonight, and then I'm going to LA, and then I got
good.
like a few like big like link ups. So I'm probably if I go to the gym, I'm probably gonna see him there, and he probably gonna ask me like, "You the guy?" Like obviously gonna be like, "You the guy that do the dumb shit?" Yeah, I do a lot of dumb shit.
Bradley does some stunts here and there.
No,
jumping
yeah, he
over
kind
cars
of
and stuff,
like got
yeah.
me inspired to like, you know, like I ain't gonna lie, he inspired me to like do like, cause he's a Gemini too. I'm a Gemini, so
Yeah.
like, you know, we think a little different. So Kanye West, you know, we got a few Geminis out there that think opposite than the regular human.
You should do the squat on the hoverboard. I think
I
they're
did
like-
that.
You did that?
So I did that, and I tagged Bradley in it.
Okay.
So I always did like what Bradley did, and I just, you know, either add more weight or, you know, because he's like a couple inches. I think he's like 6'1". I'm like 5'11". So
He's
like,
pretty tall, yeah.
He's like, he could get up to like 250. I'm like, damn, bro, you massive.
Yeah.
I need to get up to like 220.
It's a big dude.
Yeah, there's some like there's another guy that like does a lot of lifts off a skateboard. I don't know. There's all kinds of crazy people out there doing wild, crazy stuff. You did a squat on a hoverboard though?
Yeah, I did a squat. If you go, it's way back in my time. I did a squat, and I did one when I like the fidget. You know the fidget spinners.
spinners, yeah.
So I did like a fidget spinner, and I like deadlift 315 at the same time. Yeah, I
You
was like,
deadlifted 315 with one hand.
yeah. So 315 deadlift, and then the fidget spinner in the other hand.
I don't think people realize how freakishly strong he is. Like, because you throw these numbers out, but people, you gotta think about
That's
that.
wild. Yeah.
If
I
you
don't know, I
just
just
toast
think
through
that
a
would hurt.
powerlifting meet, yeah.
Yeah, this seems like to me it just seems like a lot of stuff you're doing would fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't know, it's more than just like I don't know, deadlift. It's your back strength. It's how prepared you are for the
core,
movement. But like your stuff, like you were doing that rollout with the wheel, with a tire on your back, like that just seems like
It's the years of preparation. Like me
rollout.
just doing that. This was actually a fear, but I got over it. Look at me shaking.
I think we need to like start to amplify some of this stuff. We need to like light the tires on
That's what I was
fire,
gonna
or like have it over like a thing of sharks or something, or alligators. Yeah.
So like, yeah, I really got to make this happen.
Oh
Nah,
my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
He said, don't try this at home.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is it hard for people? Do you find it hard, like when you're trying to communicate with somebody about how you can help them from a personal training perspective? Do you ever find that to be difficult because they think that some of this stuff is like gimmicky?
Some is the like some people, I guess, the people like that think it's intimidating, but then they see me training, like somebody they want to get like lose weight. So like I not try, but I do. I correlate my clients and my Instagram and like their transformation. So people click on my profile, they don't see like just a wild stunts. They see like, okay, they got the highlight reels. When they click on this or one-on-one training, then they see the results they want to get. So it's like they see it's like kind of funneling them down. So they like see it, and then they like, I get people all over like, oh, can you train? I'm like, I'm in New York. So like, yeah, so I get like questions like that, but then they actually see that I could train. So,
Right.
you know, so I have proof of it and testimonies.
Yeah, they see you working with other people, and then they probably, if they come to your gym, they see you actually training, and they're like, oh, he actually does like a lot of other shit.
Yeah, so like a lot of gyms in my area, they like, should say like, I don't know if they hate or not, but they like, oh my God, he's like taking all the attention, you know, because I like, I got good physique. Like, I mean, I take care of myself, and then I also could perform otherwise, and I have the biggest social media platform in upstate. So a lot of people are like, oh my God, like, you know, but I don't think like that. I always think I'm a competitor. So like, I'm like, how can I be the best of the best? And then that's how I just do it. And I have like a great group of people behind me that train also. So if you don't want to train me, I have like 10 other trainers at my gym you could train with. And we just a super tight niche community, and we do a lot of like team bonding and stuff like that. Just so like, no matter how big I get, people understand that they could call me anytime if they need something. I could call them. We still like, you know, just relying on each other and accountability. So that's why I play a lot in our kind of our team.
You have a team of people helping you with these setups?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of them I do dolo because I just had to figure it out. I'm like, oh, I don't got no videographer. I got a tripod, I got a camera, set it up, boom. How I'm gonna get this on me now? All right.
He's like trying to selfie it.
Impossible.
Tire on his head.
Our cameraman was nerding over your camera setup. He's like, his setup is so sick. It's like $8,000.
Oh yeah, I invested a lot in the camera. I'm a geek when it comes to cameras, Final
cool.
Cut. Because
Yeah.
I learned,
Nice.
oh man, I'm super blessed to like learn everything I did because I just had different people in my life doing. They didn't even throw. It was just like I just wanted to learn, and I was like, okay, I could just invest in some camera. My brother know how to do Final Cut, so I had to edit my highlight tapes, send it out to coaches, and the
Shit,
camera.
you're doing all that yourself?
Yeah, I do everything myself.
That's
so
awesome.
So I just be like this year's
Fucking
experience.
editing his own football games.
Yeah, that's how it was. I had to go through so I was like at one point in time I was ineligible to get qualified for NCAA. So I was sending out 200 emails a day to I was like, Mom, I'm not going D2 or D3. The lowest I'm going is FCS. So I was just send out rapid. I would work out. At one point in time I was working out, just sending film, working out, sending film, and then one day, Coach Hamline reached out back to me. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was like, oh, we offer you a full ride because a guy got suspended and they needed a running back. But I just been consistent. I could have if I didn't put the action in, I wouldn't probably be where I'm at today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was just so consistent, showing up even when I was super down, super depressed. Like, oh man, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna have to go JUCO. My mom just spent $10,000 on a prep school. You know, like putting everything in when things is not happening for you. So I just didn't give up. I used to ride a bike, not even a gear bike. I used to ride a bike. You could you could stop. You could press the pedals backwards and stop. Like I was riding that consistently to the gym because I ain't have no car. I mean, my mom couldn't afford it. All she did for me is go to the gym. So I would just go to the gym, come back, send emails, go to the gym 2 times a day, or go to the field, work out the field, gym. That's all I was doing for 3 months. And then they called me, we want to bring you in. And the next day, I didn't even know how to pack. I just threw everything in the car. They came, they showed me around, and I was like, damn, man, opportunity just prevailed itself.
It did reveal itself. You worked for that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
But good. Not a bad insane. A good insane.
What kind of opportunities are popping up from this kind of exposure? Like, are people wanting to sponsor you?
Yeah, it's
what's-
it's stuff that I see people and I was like, damn, I want to be in their shoes. Like all these semi-out Ulysses, whatever.
Yeah.
It's it's slowly happening, but it's happening fast and slow. It's weird because it's damn. I'm first kid from my block to do something like this. And it's just awesome because they want me to be me, authentic, not just me lifting crazy stuff. They want me to share my story or what else drives me besides that. I minored in art. I had 2 courses in college, 2 degrees, business and criminal justice. And I mean, they want to know what, damn, you did all this, but why is that you do that? You know, so
That's cool.
Yeah.
a lot of opportunities, man. I'm just super blessed.
Yeah. How are you managing though? Like with the business and then, your social media yourself, marketing and stuff, but then these incoming inquiries, right? Because I'm sure you get a million of them at this point.
Yeah.
So how do you know when you want to work with a company versus another one where you're like, man, maybe that's not the right fit?
So I don't even look at the deals with the money they want to spend on me. I look at the experience and the knowledge I could gain from the people. So I okay, this brand, I offer you this amount of much, and they give you all the details, but it's then I go back and I be like, okay, I don't really want that. I'll be what, okay, if I do this, what is it Is you gonna, I'm gonna come out to your headquarters, I'm gonna meet the people that's behind the scenes, you know? So it's
He was very diligent. When we were communicating, he was he had a lot of questions. He was like, what time we're doing this? What day? I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know.
I was just trying to like make
I'm
sure.
like making shit up. I'm like, let's try this, I'm like, he doesn't know who he's asking questions to, but that's okay. I'm gonna make shit up.
Dude, I'm gonna clip this and send it to future guests because I get the same questions and I'm almost like, it's about this time. Mark sometimes runs late, and if he's on time, Nsima's late, and then if he's on time,
why isn't Mark sometimes and Nsima's just late?
No,
I'm always late.
You couldn't hear me. I said if Mark's on time, then Nsima might be late, and then if they're on time, then I broke something in the computer, and we're all
and then
fucked.
even when we're on time, we're all just late anyway. We just like hang out and fuck around for an hour.
Lifter,
Then I'm just learning like with the gym.
Yeah.
Like coming out here, I just make sure I have people accountability. I have like members that are like, oh, I watched the gym for you because they know like I helped them out. It's like your money's no good here. Like I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back type deal. Like it's just like it's beyond the measure of money and stuff like that nature. Is like, okay, they support me, they help me out, help them. I give them a good community, a good facility to train at. It's not the biggest, but it's somewhere they feel safe and somewhere they feel like they're like releasing endorphins and stuff like that, So it's like that. I got members that can help me out. I got trainers that would okay, we could do this. It's like, is this a support system?
Yeah.
And this is bigger than what people think they see on social media. Is like, I got support, a back lever, and then emails is just me answering. I got a few like connections that I could ask questions about. Like, this is a good deal, or this is good. I got people in my circle that that they like me just because of me, and we just do good by each other.
Andrew, want to take us on out of here, buddy?
Absolutely. Real quick though, I did want to ask because you were showing me like you have I grind tattooed on you, and then you had another one. Can you talk about that second one?
So, I grind 65. So I grew up around music. My stepfather he wrote a lot of music for like a lot of famous artists and stuff like that. He was like super big into art. Like music. So one of my buddies was rapping in the studio. We had a studio in our basement, and he kind of just said, I grind. He's like, Matthias, we just rapping, I grind. And then I just like, Sun Spark was like, I grind 65, and then I kind of just ran with it. And then it just felt right. It just didn't sound right. How you become an idea, it just don't sound right. You got to competitively keep saying it. So then I kept saying it, and then I started putting on t-shirts, selling and stuff like that. And then it kind of just grew on me. And it got a stigma of my motivation being behind it. And then I got it, like, as it grew, I was like, I told my cousins when I opened my first gym, we're going to get it tatted. And I kind of put it on social media, and then it's like people all over the world that has my, I got it tatted right here, but they got the logo tatted on them because they like, I must have inspired them. I had people write me stuff like, oh my God, man, you like saved my life. If you ain't post that post about you have a disability, I was going to take my life, like, crazy, wild messages. It's like you never thought of, and then I kind of just stayed with it. And then after that, I was like, I Grind Nation. It's kind of like a world, it's like an organization. So my next gym is gonna be I Grind Nation. Then I got it tatted on my trap because I feel like your shoulders hold a lot of weight, and you got to just keep going with everything.
That's awesome. That's
especially
incredible.
Yours.
Very stable traps that hold up a lot of good weight. Cool. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, everybody, for checking out today's episode. I want you to go to this man's Instagram and then come back and let us know which one is the craziest one that you had ever seen. Make sure you guys say it on his Instagram as well. And subscribe if you guys are not subscribed. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. Please follow the podcast at MB Power Project on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. My Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter is at I am Andrew Z. Nsima, where you at?
First, that's at the Discord, over 2,000 members in
Discord.
there. Things are fun. At Nsima Inyang on Instagram and YouTube, and Nsima Inyang on TikTok and Twitter. Matthias, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Matthias Mckinnon, and all You can find Matthias Mckinnon on all platforms: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything known to man.
There we go.
I'm at Mark Smelly Bell. Strength is never weakness. Weakness never strength. Catch you guys later. Bye.